morning, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to do my April Plan With Me setup. I am working out of a Franklin Covey Classic, and I'm currently in my Canyon Leather Periwinkle binder. So I have recently filmed a flip through on Instagram, so that will be posted shortly after I edit it, but I will be switching my binder. And I'm a little sad. I know for some reason, something I've noticed is that the planner community really prefers pink, and I don't know why. This is my favorite color scheme, my favorite color setup. I love purple. I'm all about blue or purple, and it just speaks to my heart. But I will be moving out of these dividers that I made myself, and I don't have a video for these specific dividers, but I do have a video on pink dividers I did last year. So I will link that video if you guys are curious and want to see how to do it. But in the interim, I am going to quickly pull out my task card for the month. And now the only thing I don't have on here is basically switching the binder. But I do all of this stuff after I switch the binder. But I think what we're going to do is review the old goals because they're all in this binder, and then we'll switch, and then we'll do all of the new things. So then we'll look at the new goals, schedule calendar, add master tasks, transfer from previous tasks, and then do a flip through. Okay, so let's look at goals from this binder. I almost feel part of me is like I didn't write anything on these tabs, and sometimes I'm like, which one is it? So it's going to be nice to have that structure again. Okay, so if I go to my goals for March, so there's a few things that haven't come to pass yet, but they will soon. So Franklin Covey April setup, we're doing that right now. So I can cross it off. Okay, personal development 3 times per week. I can tell you right now that spiritual stuff and personal development I have not been able to do 3 times per week for the entire month. I think I was able to do spiritual 3 times last week. I think I did it 4 times actually, like the past week, which we'll talk about more in my weekly setup. But I did not get into personal development. I think it was once or twice. So I didn't make those goals for the month. My book goal definitely didn't make. I did 1 book. 1 book, and I mean, it was like this big. So to be fair, it was a big book. And now I'm working on 3. And I'm finally working on my Moon Magic book, which is, again, that spiritual thing that I've been working on a lot this past week. So I'm working on it. Spring clean start, I have done certain things that when we go to the month we might actually cross off the monthly tasks too before we transfer, or let me think about that. I think what we'll do with the month is we'll pull it out after. Once I've transferred to the new binder, I'll leave that aside, and then we can check off anything that I've done and move new things over to the new month. But spring clean start, I've definitely had some projects even this past week, last weekend, that I've started kind of maintaining. It's not even really a spring clean at this point. It's more like I've been doing Swedish death cleaning, so I've been focusing on an area of my house every week, and I've been maintaining that. And I'm very proud of myself for doing that, actually, because as you guys know, cleaning never ends, right? Everything always gets dusty. You always have dishes and laundry to do. It's something you've got to do continuously. So the fact that I've been able to maintain certain areas, like, say for example, dusting the living room furniture or dusting your bedroom furniture. Like dusting isn't really a chore, but it is because it needs to be done. So I have a special relationship with dusting and vacuuming. But for example, my whole desk cleanup, that happens once a year because it involves so much. There's so much work to do that I can't do that any more than once a year. Like it would be a ridiculous amount of work. So I've been doing really well with that. The dog poop pickup, I have done that, and I will be continuing that. I'll add that to my new goals if I haven't already, because as it starts to get warmer outside and we are able to get out there more, my baby is also going to be out there, so I have to make sure that I pick that up every single day. Okay, and self-care focus, I can definitely say that I have I have definitely focused on my self-care this month more than any other month. So we're not quite done. We've got 4 days left of the month. It's the 27th today as the day of filming. And it's also my birthday. So on the 30th is my birthday. It's Easter weekend. Normally it's a really enjoyable weekend. I have memories of my dad picking us up and, doing things with us on Easter weekend. And so for me, that's very enjoyable. I have all those good memories. And we are going to the Rock and Gem show, so we're going to be doing that on the weekend, and I think that's going to be one of the things. I've wanted to do that for the last couple of years now, and it never happened. I never made it happen, and that's the whole point of goals, my friends, is that you stick through something and you just do it, and that's part of my list. That's what I want to do. So self-care focus, for example, I had a Epsom salt bath. I do have really, really bad plantar fasciitis, and so one time, I only did get it was only one time that I soaked my foot for, but it helped. It really did. And then, I've made sure to get myself some new clothes because, even moms need new clothes, even though we say we need to buy some stuff for our kids. And I actually did feel guilty. I felt guilty for buying myself anything over buying my kids clothes because I know how much my daughter loves new clothes, but I bought them for myself. And you know what? I kept them and it feels pretty good because I really did truly need stuff. And even though normally that's like, most people would say that's not a self-care thing, as a mom of 3 who doesn't ever buy anything for herself, it is. For me, it is because it's supposed to be a daily maintenance type thing, and for me, it's not. I never buy clothes, so I'm very happy I followed through with that. And then I also got my nails done twice this month. These are my new nails. I'm sure you've noticed, but I did do them for Easter to try to be more Easter-ish. So the long story short is that I can cross off self-care because I feel like I met that goal. Okay, so the books, personal development, and spiritual, it's something I'm still working on. Like I said, I did really well the past week, and I feel like now moving forward, I think Jane's agenda, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but I'll just quickly do a quick recap. Jane's agenda has, and I guess in the past, has had a masterclass video every Monday. So Jane Wild would teach a new concept every Monday about some kind of planner topic that people were interested in. And so now she has gone ahead and done something called Master Plan 365, still completely free, every Monday. And there's a whole bunch of different things related, like that she's adding. It's a whole class. It's like a personal development thing. And I'm so excited about it. And it's going to be my April goal. It starts April 1st, but that continues on right till next March. And it's going to be really fun. There's a book club. I actually have the 2 books and I'm ready to start and I'm so excited. So if you guys want to know more about that, go to janesagenda.com/masterclass. I'll leave it on the screen for you. I am an affiliate of Jane's Agenda. So that means if you click my link down below, there's a link, or you can use my code as a discount code. That means that you can get a discount when you purchase things if you use my code or my link. Now, that means I receive a small amount of affiliate income, and that's also supporting my small business. So if you choose to do that, I'm eternally grateful. And I don't think it works in the subscription boxes, but it is just purchases outside of that. So um, that's what that is all about. And then as for masterclass, like the Master Plan 365, there's inserts that you can purchase for, they're cheaper. They're not as expensive as like regular inserts. And there's book club, and she's going to have like a Zoom type meeting at the end of every month. And then we can all talk about it. It's going to be really fun. I think it's a really cool concept, and nobody I've really like followed in the planner community has done something like this. So I think it's going to be really fun. Okay, so I can't cross this stuff off yet because our payment hasn't come out yet. My birthday hasn't It's not here yet. And then dentist appointment, I haven't yet made the appointment, and not necessarily because I'm putting it off, but more because right now my mom is busy, my husband's working, so I don't have anyone to watch the kids while I take me and my daughter. And pretty much I feel like I've waited so long that I need to take all of us again anyway. I've definitely got to figure that out. Again, these things, my birthday, the payment, those are going to be okay. And the dentist appointment I didn't finish by March unless I somehow book it the next 4 days, but I highly doubt it. So I'm going to cross that one off and I'll move it toward the next one. I'm going to cross these off because I know they're happening anyway. And these one get X's because they were not accomplished. But I think overall for the month, I didn't do too bad. I'm pretty happy with where things are going. So then, one thing that I just wanted to say is now these are Jane's Agenda goal inserts. I think they're like the overview. They're like goal overview. So like it's really cool, right? You've got a calendar, put your important dates, and then put your goals. And that's why I really enjoy them because I think they're the perfect layout for me right now. On the back of this, I'm going to write my review for the entire month and write what went well, what didn't go well, what I could have done better, any takeaways that I want to write down. So I'm going to do that Monday because Monday is going to be my analytic day, my kind of catch up and review day. So that's what I'll do then. But of course, this stays in the planner. Like I don't take that out because then at the end, I can review everything at the end of the year. Okay, so April goals, we'll talk about that when we let me think here. Hold on. Oh, I already kind of wrote that in. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for now, and we will go start switching the binder. So I'm really excited for next month's setup, and I am going to stay in a purple binder. I'm going into one of my favorites, actually. And I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to switch like the guts of my planner, and I do fast forward this so that, so the video isn't so long, because I think if I was to do it and talk to you guys at the same time, I'm going to distract myself. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I'll put that planner there, and I am going to be going back into my purple Plumeria vintage Aurora. Love this binder. She's already got a little scratch on the front of her right here. Not intentional, of course, but and my theme for this month is astrology. And I've kind of based my planner charms and my stickers around astrology this month, and that's the theme of my planner. So I will be talking about where I got all of the inserts when I do the flip through. So everything that I have in here, I'll tell you where I got it from. And I actually do have a planning list like for the month that I've written out for myself, like a pre-planned checklist. So we'll go through that as well. And in the interim, I will just start moving stuff over. Okay.
Wasted money on cures, forgot how to fix myself. They say that time is free, then why is it so precious? Oh, I'll save memories in my head, like Polaroids on walls. They remind you to look ahead. Time is running out. Time is running out. Lately I've lost my track. I've sailed the deeper seas, hoping to find something to bring back better times. Oh, I'll save memories in my head, like Polaroids on walls. They remind you to look ahead. But time is running out. 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 Time is running out.
All right, guys, that was a lot of work, and I finally got everything transferred. And my binder is so full that I don't even know if it's going to stay closed. The only answer is to take out some inserts. Let's see if this helps relieve it a little bit. So I would take out, it doesn't really give me a lot of room because I'm taking out as of like April 6th. Even if I was to go to the mid-month, maybe. Let's see. I think that'd help a little bit. Take out like a little stack. It helps a little bit. Okay. So, like I said, we'll do the complete flip through at the end. The next step is find my task card. I have to remember where I'm putting my task cards this time. So I thought I had, I do. I have at the very back here on my page, way back here, I've got this little box. And I think I'll just keep everything in there. So I'm going to put my today and week in here underneath my astronomy little quote card from Jane's agenda. Okay, so review goals. This is the first, we did that. Now new goals. So I have already written out my goals in my Jane's agenda inserts. So we'll just kind of talk about them. Okay, so for April, we're looking at, I've got like a whole bunch of appointments here. So appointments are already pre-scheduled, but for actual goals, so I've got professional development on here, and I have added Jane's agenda. So I've got Jane's agenda right there. So that's part of it. I've got 3 days per week for spiritual, read in the sun / work. So as it starts to get warmer, April we could still have big snowstorms in April. So I don't know how it's going to look like, but if we have nice days and, my kids are having a nap or my daughter's outside playing, my daughter always wants to be outside playing. So usually I'll take my computer. If I'm typing up my blog, I'll just bring it out into the sun with me while I'm typing it up. And, or, if I'm doing some journaling work or spiritual work or whatever, I'll take it outside or my book. YouTube intros. Yeah, I still haven't even touched that. Basement project. We're going to start cleaning up the basement again. Health. So my things are fiber, vegetables, water, movement. That's it. I get about 10,000 steps a day, and working from home, I'd say that's pretty good. Plan for garden. So I do have a plan, but I'm going to start. This plan is going to include like rototilling the soil if it's warm enough and if the soil has melted. Like usually we have permafrost, the ground is still frozen, probably up until the end of April, and then as March or as May sets in, then it's when planting starts. So it's a golden rule of thumb here in Alberta anyway to not start planting until after the May long weekend, which is a long way away, and so our growing season is very, very short. So I might start a few things inside. It's just space is definitely a luxury here in my home. And so usually if I was to start growing anything inside, I'd leave them on the kitchen table. But right now we have our bird on the kitchen table and my plants. So we don't have a lot of space. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to rototill the soil, add new soil maybe, and then just get everything prepared. And then make my list of things I want to get for the garden. A yard cleanup, so continue with the dog cleanup. Garage cleanup, I want to start cleaning that. And if we have nice warm days, I want to start, maybe power washing the floor in there, cleaning up everything. Clean vehicles and baby stuff to shop, which just means get rid of any remaining baby stuff that we have in the basement, which was going to help with the basement project. Okay, so that's all I have for this month, but you will see how it's different from last month. So for March, like it was other stuff. I wasn't really focusing on like outside stuff yet. So the other one I'll put on here is CP payment on the 30th. Okay. All right, so that's reviewing goals, and then we need to schedule calendar and transfer master tasks. So scheduling the calendar, I have to decide whether I want to use the calendar that came with her point of view, or if I'm going to use the calendar on this one. And I'm thinking this one because I really like how this is laid out. I love this page. I like the calendar because I can decorate it myself any way I want. And then I've got the master and personal, or the work and personal. So I think I'll use this one. I do like this one because of the lines here. I do like the lines, but yeah, I'm feeling this one again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So schedule calendar, master tasks, and then we'll do a flip through after this.
Sometimes when I'm thinking about us, before we got lost and we parted, back to back we would carry on and we'd do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry, everything's the same. We'll try tonight. This time we're not safe and sound, not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm reasoning about us, I know you got me, it's so effortless. Back to back we would carry on and do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry, everything's the same. We'll try tonight. This time we're not safe and sound, not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Wait a second, I don't need you. Then why so settled? I miswithdrew. Still it feels just like I'm waiting for something better. Wait a second, I wanna stay up late with my heart in your head. Maybe stare too much cause you don't understand. You got me gone. You don't understand. You got me gone. But sometimes I might be a bit selfish when you're way too humble. Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had. just like I'm waiting for something better. Wait a second, I wanna stay up late with my heart in your hand. Maybe stay too much, cause you don't understand. You got me gone. You don't understand. You got me gone. But sometimes I might be a bit selfish when you're way too humble. Might be overzealous, getting you in trouble. Cause I'm a little bit unsteady, even a little bit mad. Might be a disaster, or just the best you've ever had. Or just
All right, everybody, that is it for my setup. So I didn't actually put with weekly priorities here because I don't know what goals I want to put per week. I want to break things down. But I think what I'm going to do is break things down per week. So for example, the basement, I'll do like one thing each week. And then, outside, I want to spend time outside each week. So I don't really have a specific breakdown per week, but I do have all of my goals reiterated here, which is important for me. I've got my monthly calendar set up, and um, I guess a couple of things to note is that I am using these stickers by Recollections, and I got these like 2 years ago and I never used them. The die cuts aren't really my thing, but I do have, I think I've got two. I've got this one and the planet one that make more sense for my setup, but these ones aren't really calling my name as much, so I used those in there because they match with the binder. And the rest of them, I'm just going to be using, like I'll use these up potentially throughout the weeks. I don't really have that much decoration. I don't have that many stickers actually um, for astrology stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But and I might end up using, I might find something. Maybe I've got something in Happy Planner, but I've used a few. And the thing that I want to point out is that I put my family's constellations on here. So Pisces is my older son. This is me, I'm Aries. My husband is Leo. My daughter is Taurus, and my baby is Capricorn. So we're all there. That's important for me because that's my family, and those are the people who are most important in my life. And then I've got, of course, I've got pay days, I've got budget days, I've got grocery days, the garbage days. Another thing that is changing as of April 5th is that we have compost every week now instead of every second week because things are starting to warm up and it will rot a lot faster. So I don't actually put that in here. I put it out every time now. As soon as I have like a full like indoor compost bin, I take it outside. So that won't be an issue. It's never really been an issue for us. And recycle is also every week. So the only one that really matters is garbage because we only have it twice in the month. And then I've got our mortgage payment down here. And this isn't actually our mortgage payment. We pay our mortgage every week. But this mortgage payment is our interest and insurance payment, which is separate. Okay, so my son has one day off school, and then the first is Easter Monday. And then, yeah, so I've got 2 birthdays. I've got a couple of appointments. I've got 2 doctor's appointments, one for each of my sons, and then a Zoom with our budget specialist person. And then that's it. And then I've got a Cultivate What Matters Zoom call, and I'm gonna have something from Jane's agenda. I didn't look to see what the date is, but I have to add that here. So what I might do is take my special PET sticky notes. I'll add one here because I think it's cute. And I'm just gonna use my Calm 07 pen because this writes on PET paper and say add Jane's agenda Zoom to calendar. So that's a reminder because I'm not going to remember if I don't write that down. There we go. Okay, so I will keep this pen in my planner so I have it on hand because I will also keep those sticky notes on hand. Okay, and then the other thing to note is I'm using my fountain pen. This is a TWSBI, and this is an echo. I don't know if it's eco or echo. Echo is spelled ECHO and eco is ECO. So I'm going to call it eco. And the ink I'm using in this is this one here, Queen Allium by Ferris Wheel Press. So it actually has like these sparkles in it. It's like this light, kind of like a lavender color, but it's got sparkles in it. So it kind of looks, it's the exact same color as the new Canyon Leather Sunrise Lavender binder, which is actually funny because it's got the gold in it. And it kind of has that like lavender, I don't know, lavender yellowish tone undertone. Okay, so that's that. And yeah, this is the cream rose gold Twisby. And I didn't realize I didn't realize the ecos or the echo, however you want to call it, they are not, they're really light. So I have the Diamond 580. This is my favorite pen, and this one is much lighter. It's like almost half the weight, I feel. I think I prefer my Diamond, but you know, I wanted to try it out. So, and that will go in here this month. Okay, so I've completed my calendar and I think I have everything on there that I need, and I'll add to it if I need to add. And then I've got my list here. So I've got a separate personal list and my work business list. And again, I add to this as well. So now this video is posting Saturday and I will have my weekly video posting Sunday. So that's why the schedule has changed just a little bit. I think if I bring out my jeans agenda, planner here. Let's see when March was. Okay, so Wednesday, we're filming this Wednesday. So Thursday, which is tomorrow already, which is crazy. You guys, videos will already be posted. Thursday, I've got my bullet journal set up being posted, which is already posted. I just, all the things. Goals are on Friday, the 29th. This video is Saturday, and then my weekly is Sunday. And then Monday, I'll have a makeup Monday. And that's it. And then Monday is going to be a busy day for me because I'll be doing all of my analytics and stuff, my budget review and my goal review and stuff like that. So that's going to be a pretty busy day for me. But those are probably my favorite days because I like looking back and like seeing what I've accomplished and what I need work on. All of those things. Okay, so now without further ado, let's talk about all of the things in this planner. No, the video is probably already long enough. The other thing I'm going to quickly do is pop my task card. This is my monthly because we're on the last step. I'm going to put that back there, and I am going to keep these page flags. So we'll talk about this at the end, but put these in here. And I will be keeping my budget book back here as well. Okay. So, oh goodness, where do I start? Yeah, we're sitting at 1 hour and 22 minutes already before editing. So, I'm going to stick these in here too. Okay, so first things first, we'll talk about everything that's over here. This is a picture strip that me and my son took when we went to West Ed for the first time when he was old enough to remember. We took that, so I put that in there. It says, I freaking love you. My planner charms this month, I made them myself, and they're to do with constellations and astrology. So this one, it has a purple moon, a gold moon, a purple planet, and then this little star that says forever, and it's all in gold. And I just put this one on my planner pocket. And then this planner charm, it's more to do with my astrology stuff. So I've got a little picture of my ram here for Aries. I've got a little purple constellation, a little gold sun, again for Aries, because I'm a fire sign and I get my energy from the sun. And then another little star that says, I love you. And I think that's just perfect. I've never done a 4 a four charm, a four charm before. Does that even make any sense? A planner charm that has 4 charms on it. I've never done that and I love it. I think it looks so cute. Okay, so this die cut here and this one are from Recollections, the sticker pack I told you about, and it's got that hollow silver foil, which I've specifically been loving this month. And then I've got these. So these are the same place I got the this bookmark here. These are from, I've got them written down. These are from Emmy Lunar Stickers. I'll link these shops too if you're curious. Emmy Lunar Stickers. So these are die cuts, and I just put the ones that, I don't know, that I liked. I put them out front. But yeah, I just had a couple of those in there. And I guess, is this from Emmy Lunar Stickers as well? It must be. A couple of those. Okay, and then I've got these two. So this came from Jane's Agenda. And this was actually, so when I had the spring sale, like I'm in love with this card. This is like one of my favorite things from the whole bag. I got a mystery bag, and it was from the Jane's Agenda spring release. I did end up getting a mystery bag, and I didn't actually film a video of everything that I received. I probably should have, because some of the things were so good and it would have showed you guys, you know, what was in the release, but I didn't. But this came from the mystery bag, and it says, "Be the moon and inspire people even when you were far from full." And then on the back it has new moon. So new beginnings, reset. First quarter, take action, work hard. Full moon, harvest, endeavor, celebrate. And last quarter, release, let go. And then this is from the Honeybee shop. It says just one more chapter, and it's to do with books. So this is kind of like a little goal card to remind me that I want to continue reading my books like every single day. So it's very important for me to have that in there, because while I love to read, I want to read every day. That's my goal. Okay, this is a picture of when we were at a brewery with my son's grandpa, and this was the last time we were there. So it was a while ago. It was already the end of December, and I haven't seen him for a while. So that's my baby, and that's my son. Okay, and then I don't know where I want this one. Okay, and then I've got a clip from Ollie Clip here. This is just one of those fold over clips. I've got some stickers in here. So these are the Ooby dots from Cloth and Paper, and I decided to keep the purple in here. So what I'll do is I'll put these Recollection stickers in there as well, just for a little bit of decoration when I feel the need. Okay. And I think that's it. I've got some business cards. My pen, I'm using the Pentel Calm. Is it Pentel? Let's see. Yeah, Pentel Calm pen. So this writes on PET paper. It is oil-based, and I really appreciate that. I've never actually found a ballpoint or a gel pen that writes on PET paper. Okay, so that's everything for the front. And now for the rest of my binder here. I took this out, but I'll keep this to reflect for the week. Okay, so I've got a Franklin Covey Clear Page Lifter. This came from either one of the Teresa Collins binders or maybe my summer collection. I had this, the Olivia binder. So that came from there. And now I've got a couple of things put together here. So this paper, the acetate, this came from HR Handmade. So all of these acetates are actually A5. So you'll see that they're a little bit shorter than the rest of my papers. My paper in here generally is half letter, because I've got a Franklin Classic. Classic size Franklin is half letter, but these are A4. Or no, they're A5. And how you know the difference is it comes from an A4 sheet of paper. So half letter size comes from a US standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. That sounds so confusing, but that's how it is. Okay, so this came from the UK. And in the UK, they use A4 size paper. And you cut it in half, you get A5. Okay, and A5 is like a popular size of notebook. So your Lloyd's Term, your Scribbles That Matter, any of those notebooks, even from Planners Anonymous, they're A5 size. So this one is gold foil, and I thought it looked really nice over top of this dashboard. This dashboard is Aries, which is my sign, which I thought was fitting for this month, even though my birthday is March 30th. But Aries goes from, I think it's what, March 20th, March 19th to April 19th or April 20th. So I thought it was perfect for this month. So this is from Heather B. Co. And I got it in gold foil. Okay, and then I've got all of my dividers are from Dividers R Us. I do not know if her shop is open because I know she had a surgery, so I don't know if she's opened back up. I haven't checked, but these are the frosted dividers. So last month I was using clear. This month I'm going to frosted. As for the labels, I do sell these in my shop. These are clear matte, which are perfect for the frosted dividers. I actually use these on my clear shiny glass plastic ones as well, and they look fine. Okay. My first goal insert here is from Jane's Agenda. So I love this because while it's a goal insert, I think it's called an overview. Cloth and Paper has something similar. You can't get half letter unpunched when you buy from Cloth and Paper. So I like this because it's broken up into quarters. You've got your quarter one, and then you've got quarter two, and then you've got a review on the back. So you can do like a monthly review and a quarterly review if you want. Okay, so that's that. And then I've got my Franklin Covey values and roles. And it comes with a whole bunch of activities. Okay, and then I've got a weekly compass card. So I will be using, when I go to do my weekly tomorrow, I will be using the compass card instead of the progressive task list, which is what this is here. Okay, so another divider. This is my brain dump divider now. I've got this. This is a printable from Natty and Moon. Okay, Natty and Moon is one of my favorite go-to Etsy printable places. And again, I'll have it linked down below. But Natty and Moon, I've purchased quite a bit of quite a few printables from her. Then I have my overview page. So on here, I just have my Cloth and Paper inbox sticky notes. So if I need a sticky note, I only have like a handful on here, like maybe like 3, maybe 2, to keep my planner from being less bulky. But this is a nice, sturdy dashboard. I think it's from Cloth and Paper. I think it is. Okay, this is a hybrid insert or a hybrid dashboard from Jane's Agenda. This is the inbox one. And then it fits sticky notes perfectly, so it doesn't matter what they are. And this is a quote from Orange is the New Black, and it says, "Life is all crazy," and I can't say the word, but at least you can get snacks. It was funny, and I had to write it down. Okay, so then inbox, I've got 2 different inbox inserts here. This one is from Jane's Agenda. So I was planning on rewriting it when I, fill it out. So this is from Jane's Agenda. This one is from Fancy Plans Co. And then I also have a monthly goal sheet here. So now, while I have my goals, I have a few things I've been working on and thinking about, and I want to write them down here. This is also from Fancy Plans Co. Okay, moving on to the schedule tab. I've got my Teresa Collins, Franklin Covey future log. So I've noticed a lot, especially when I'm like watching Jane's Agenda. And like Jane talks about keeping all of your calendar inserts in your planner. I do that for my business because business, sometimes I plan ahead. But in my Franklin, I prefer to plan each month like with you guys, right? I do it at the end of each month. And I don't plan ahead. So what I do instead is I write all of the important dates or events or anything that's going on in my future log. Okay. And this stays with me at all times. So if I go to the doctor, for example, I have this on hand and they'll say, "Oh, let's do an appointment, April 19th." And look at here and I'm like, okay, I'm free. I can work on that day or do whatever on that day. So this is very important for me. I can never lose this because this has all my appointments and this is the only place they're in. I did kind of read ahead, and I know Jane's Agenda has one challenge or one, not goal, I guess a goal, but kind of homework further on. And one of them is to also work with some kind of digital tool. So I think going forward, what I'm going to do is go into my phone because all of us have our phones on us at all times, right? I'm not a digital person. I mean, I could easily use my iCal, which is for me, it's like I liked Google before. Google was my thing, but I prefer iCal now because I have easy access to it on the front of my phone, right? So from going forward on doing that challenge with Jane's agenda for professional development, I'm going to put all of my important dates in my phone, and then I'll be able to see on my phone what's coming up. So I think that's a good challenge for me because I am not a digital planner. I do not put things in my phone or on my computer calendar. I've tried using Trello and Asana, and it just hasn't worked out for me. I'm a paper planner by heart. I've always been a paper planner ever since I was like 10 years old, and I don't think I can change. I'm going to try, and then use it in conjunction. So if I'm out, I don't have to bring this with me. I can just put stuff into my phone calendar. Okay. Um, so that's my future log, and I have the 2025 future plans. Next tab is monthly, and this is where I have my Teresa Collins, Franklin Covey weekly. It's from the weekly pack, but it's the monthly. Okay. So the first part here is goals and tasks. And then this is priority. So I'll put, if there's a doctor's appointment, I usually put that here just as an overview. That's kind of how I use it. I don't really break it down into tasks. So for example, I could put because the first week, which is nice this week because the April 1st is on a Monday. So it's like a full first week, which I love. I love that. The second week would be Sephora. So I can put Sephora sale. Okay, and then the second week is also my Zoom call, and it's also my son's doctor appointment. Okay, and then if I look back on here, the third week is my grandma's birthday. So I guess on the first I could put April Fools because the first is April Fool's Day. And then week 4 is our CF appointment for our baby, and it's also a PD day. And then the last week, I think I have my auntie's birthday. Okay, so and I also have Cultivate What Matters Zoom. Okay, so I mean, you could use it like this as an overview of the things that are going on, but I mean, at the same time, you can easily just, pop open your calendar and see it here. So anyway, this is the front, which I really adore. I do really like this page. It's kind of like, not really a dashboard, but it's kind of like an opening up of like your month, right? Then you've got your calendar. So I've got all of my important dates on here. I can add notes to the sideboard here. I think I have all that I need for now. And then on the back of that is your monthly action list. So I've got my personal and my work. Okay. On the next page, so we've gone into weekly now. Again, these are the Teresa Collins and Franklin Covey weekly, the weekly inserts. So I'm a huge decorator. I love, and when I say I'm a huge decorator, I don't really think that there's a thing as simply decorative planning. And I guess that's not entirely true because I've seen quite a few spreads. Most of their entire planner is decorative, whereas I have like a huge task heavy week usually. I've got lots of things on my list. I think I've seen people like they'll have like a week and they don't really have much going on, so they'll put a whole bunch of decorative stuff in then one box of the one thing they want to do that day. And that might be more decorative planning, but I feel like mine is definitely more hybrid where I've got, half decorative, half functional because I don't just have pen to paper. I use a sticker, right? So this is a sticker with, a little box and I write my blog in there, right? So it's functional in that every single box is filled up. I've got writing everywhere, all over my planner, but yet it's still pretty because I've got stickers and washi and all the things. But yeah, I think I try to do a good job of going hybrid because I call it decorative functional planning or functional decorative planning. I don't know what you want to call it, but that's what I do. Okay, so this bookmark was from the Emmy Lunar stickers. It came with the stickers I had at the front, and it's so pretty. Okay, and that was a bookmark. It's technically for a book, but I'm using it as a page finder. And so this is still the end of March because we're still in March, and then I've got all of the April weeklies here. Okay, so the next section is my daily section. So here I have today, this is where we're at, and I'm going to use my old pen. So I have planned already, I did that, and then I also have filmed my April plan with me. And then I have this in here. So I wasn't originally keeping this in here. If it's a today, I haven't, I guess technically I could snip the little holes so that I could snap it in and out because I'll be moving it back and forth. I don't know if I'll keep this in here. The only reason I have it in here is because of this design. This is another hybrid dashboard from Jane's Agenda, and it's nice to have because you can put your sticky notes. If there's like a quick note that you want to jot down, like for example, right here, I've got this sticky note because it was a quote. I can't remember where I found it from, but it was a quote. It's by Brene Brown, and it says, "One of the greatest barriers to empathy is the fear of saying the wrong thing or the need to make everything better." That kind of resonated with me because I'm an empath, and it's, you know, it's true. But anyway, that could, instead of putting it on my desk, which is where I currently have it, I could put it here, and then I can figure out what to do with it later, right? And I probably put it in, I don't know, put it on a dashboard or something, or maybe just keep it here as a reminder that I really enjoy that quote, right? I don't know if I'll keep this in here. If I do, I'll probably end up snipping the hole so that it's easy to pull in and pull out. I like that idea, but I will also be keeping my compass card as my daily page finder. So I like doing that. And when I have my compass card in there, it kind of reminds me of what my goals are for the week. And, you know, it, again, that reiteration factor, I think that's the most important thing for goals, for habits, because you're checking in with yourself every day. And I do that in my power sheets every day. So I'm constantly looking and reviewing. Last few days of March in here. Okay. And then we've got only up to the 16th or 15th here of April because I had to take them out. My planner was too full. Then I've got my home section. So my home section is a big one. The first tab is routines and chores. And the first thing is I've got my Listers Got a List sheets for their tip-ins, I guess, from Fancy Plans Co. And I use them for all the stores I shop at, and because we buy different things from different stores, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but that's what we do. And then I also have one of these, or a couple of them, I guess, from Jane's Agenda. So this was the grocery and the meal plan list, and I never really used them. But I like them because you can cut them, and you can use this as a grocery list to take to the store, and this is your meal plan for the week, which I really like this idea. So I'll probably reuse this one here because I didn't do anything with that. Okay, and then instead of having these in my reference section, I have them in my home section. I think I can put this one in my reference section. So this is my routines. So I've got AM skincare, PM skincare, weekly skincare, homework routine for my son. I've got my day themes for my business, batching tasks for my business, morning and evening routine. Okay, and sometimes this will change, like it'll change when my son for summer holidays, so I can rewrite a new one, but this is generally the one that I use. Yeah, and so I'll put that in my reference section. But then for the rest of this, I've got an organizing master task list. So these were all the things that I wanted to take care of for this year, and I've actually done quite a bit. I just realized I can cross off one of them here. But I like this because you can kind of see how things are going and, you know, getting rid of stuff. So dressers, I organized my dressers, I did my makeup, I did my closet, Chad did his closet, did my clothes, just got a vacuum. Shower organizer I did. Garage will be doing, that'll be a project for spring. Connor's bedroom, so I did his clothes, his desk, closet shelf, and I haven't done the rest. And then my daughter's room, did her clothes and did the change table, and I have to still go through her closet. Yeah. Okay. And then the basement landing. And basement is still an ongoing project. It feels like it's going to be an ongoing project for a while. But anyway, like as soon as I'm done doing these things, I'll rewrite it again because, like I said, cleaning isn't just a one-time thing. You can't just do it and be done. Oops, and be done forever. I'm going to be continuing and doing this, all of this stuff, same stuff again. So, I mean, for 1 year, it's not a bad thing to do. I think these are from Fancy Plants Co. Okay, I have a wine list. I haven't actually updated this recently, but I did find another brand that I love, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. But I'm gonna write that down. It's like keep or whatever that chive thing. I can't remember what it's called. Keep calm and drink on or something. I don't know. It's a brand. Okay, I've got non-food items. This is stuff I like to keep on hand at all times. Personal and household things. Meal plan ideas. So I will go to this list for my suppers. I don't ever have like breakfast or lunch ideas. I just get all my kids what they want. It's usually, some kind of fruit, yogurt, toast, cereal for breakfast. And then for lunch, they usually just have a snack. I don't have a dedicated lunch, except if my son is at school, because obviously he's waking up at 7:30. He's active all day, and then he needs lunch. So I do that. But here at home, I don't do that. I don't have like a plan for lunch and breakfast, but for supper I do, because my husband, like supper, breakfast and lunch things like cereal doesn't really go bad, oatmeal doesn't go bad, so I always have those things on hand, or pancake mix, and then toast bread we just put in the freezer, and then we always have like peanut butter and jam and eggs on hand all the time. But for supper stuff, I plan it ahead, and then that's when I do most of my shopping, is for the snacks and the supper stuff. And these are just supper ideas that I know my kids will actually eat and my husband likes. So, okay, and then I've got a freezer inventory, but this was taken March 2023, so I have to redo this. I have an organization area of all of the areas of my house, so this is like the master list of places to organize. And then I did a cleaning schedule for week 1, week 2, so it's kind of like an alternating schedule. And I don't really go by this. I pretty much do laundry every day. Okay, I've got another one in here from Fancy Plants Co. that I was thinking of redoing. And then we move on to the finance tab. So this section is all of my sinking funds. I keep track of my consumer proposal payments in here, my sinking funds. And I just, that section I'll just skip right over. Next is my school tab. And this is, I got rid of all the old ones because this week my son is on spring break. So I've got five in here. These are from Aurora Designs on Etsy. I'll leave that link down with the other links from Etsy. But these are perfect. This is like exactly like a happy planner dashboard layout, and I love this. Well, technically I could put I could include everything for my son's school on my monthly and weekly and daily inserts. I choose not to. I like to have it in here because I can keep it all together, right? And I would do the same thing for my daughter when she goes to school, and my other son. But I think what I would do at that point is use the same inserts but color code. For example, up here I would say, blue is Connor, pink is Danica, and green is Logan, because I think then it's easier to keep everything together. So this is like, special days. My son is in grade 4, so they'll have like PD days, like days off. I put those on here. A library day, special events, like if they have, hot lunch day, or if I have to pay for something, I put it in here. Anything to do with the school. My son has some special, they're called interventions, so I put those in here as well. And just anything to do with his school at all goes in here. And I love it. It's the perfect layout for what I need it for. And what I do is I put week whatever it is, and then I put colon and then the date, like the date range for the week, and then I highlight right beside each of the days and then put the number of the day. And then I put like an overview of what's happening that week, or if he has like a test or an important project due. And then for each day I put, his daily goal for reading, Monday to Friday, 20 minutes reading. And then, library day is changing to Tuesday. So I'll fill this out after I'm done the video, of course, or during the weeklies or whenever, because he'll start school again next Tuesday. But everything that's important, I go through the school calendar and I put it through here for the entire month. So that, and I think one of my goals is just kind of coming back to this and referencing it each week. And I do put a reminder for myself every Sunday. So that's my day to kind of go through my planner, make sure everything is looking good for the week ahead. And I reference it. And then what I should be doing, I think, is adding the information from here and putting it on my dailies. So I think going forward, I'll do that. Okay, the next tab is my personal section. And in my personal section, I have a few things. And personal section includes reference and reading. So I've got a reference tab. I think I started it when Jane had talked about a reference section in your planner in one of her Monday videos. So the first page here is any information that I take from my previous month. So for example, I'll go through the monthly, I'll go through the weeklies and the dailies of that whole month, and any notes that I need to keep, like reference information that would, help me in the future, I write it down on that page. And it has come in very handy. And so now, for example, I'm going to be keeping my routines in here. So I'm going to keep this page in here so I can reference it. I've also got planner sizes. I have only mini sizes here because I was interested maybe setting up a mini planner, like a Jeans Agenda mini planner. And it's funny because I was looking at all the sizes and trying to find out what would work best. And I don't know why there are so many differences in these sizes. So for HP Mini, Happy Planner, it's 4.5 by 7. Jane's Agenda is 4.6 by 7. So technically, Happy Planner and Jane's Agenda would work together. Franklin Compact is 4.25 by 6.75, so a little bit smaller. And those are the inserts I use in my compact. B6, 5 by 7. Those are Planners Anonymous planners. And then personal wide, 4.75 by 6.75. Those are ones I like to use in my compact as well. Sometimes this size gives you more room, but still fits in the compact. So I just wish that there was some way to integrate all these sizes so that you could use them together. Kind of the same way that I use half letter. I can use half letter in my Jane's Agenda business planner, and I can also use half letter in my Franklin, right? So I get a subscription from anywhere for half letter unpunched, and then I can punch it and put it in whatever planner I choose. That's my ideal thing. And I wish they could do the same thing for all the mini planners, because all of these are close enough in size that I feel like they could make, a one size fits all type thing, But there is a huge difference between, Franklin Compact, for example, like 4.25 to personal wide. So in my compact right now, I've got personal wide dividers, but my inserts are compact. And the same thing with like B6. There's a big difference between B6 and compact from Franklin Covey. So it's irritating. But anyway, I wrote down these sizes for my reference. Every other size, like I know the dimension. I don't actually know the exact dimensions of an A5, but I know the dimensions of half letter, which is, 5.5. It's half of 8.5, so 4.25, and 11, which is 5.5. So, yeah. Oh, anyway. Oh, wait. 8.5 and 11. So, yeah, 4.25 and 5.5. Anyway, so then I have a sheet, when did I last? And I've got things down here, but I haven't filled it out yet because I don't remember the last time I did these. I've got planner theme ideas in here, work bujo ideas. This doesn't really matter anymore because I decided not to do a work bullet journal, but I might keep it in here because it's good content to know what I use for my work planner. So For example, if I wanted to set up a completely different work planner, I mean, I've got my work planner. I've had it in my main planner before. I've had it in my a separate Franklin binder before, and now I have it in a Jane's half letter. So I don't think I'm moving anytime soon because I'm really happy with the way my planner looks right now. But maybe for January, maybe I'll choose to change it up again. I don't know. So I'm going to keep that in there just as a reference. Then I've got things I want, TV show ideas. That's where ideally I'd want to put all of the TV shows that I'm interested in watching. And actually, I have a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of TV shows I used to watch, and now they've all come out with new seasons, so I'm going to write those down too. Okay, then I've got a life organization system. I need to change this because I think some of it has changed, but what I do is I put what I'm using it for. So business, I'm no longer in a Franken planned happy planner. I'm in my Franken planned Jane's agenda. So, and then every day on the go is still the same. And then all of my notebooks that I use, and then my digital stuff. So again, I'm not using Google Calendar. I'm going to be using my iCal because it's on my laptop and on my iPad, and it's on my phone. I'm no longer using Asana, but I am using Kindle. I do have Kindle Unlimited because there are a few books that you can get for free on there. Okay, important to me, life categories. This is kind of where my planning stems from, and this idea came from Elena, I think her name is, from The Organized Money, and it was a really good idea. I wrote a blog on it a long time ago, and it's life categories. So this is kind of how you plan. This is how you set up your planner. You figure out what your life categories are, which are the important things to you. So for me, I have school on here because I've got kids. If you don't have kids and you're not in school, you wouldn't have a school life category, right? So it would be independent and individual to each person, so it's different. If you don't own your home, you wouldn't be doing renovations or maintenance, right? You'd leave that up for the landlord. If you, I don't know, for example, if you don't pay I have expense on here. If you don't pay your own expenses, like say your spouse does it, then you don't have to have expenses on your planner. I could go on, right? So, yeah, I have that. I've got gift ideas, which I need to update. Christmas gift ideas, also I need to update that. So there's some work I could do in my personal section, actually in my reference section. Karaoke songs to practice, definitely update. So that's one thing I'm going to put in here is I'm going to make a note. This is what I do, a note on a sticky note and say update personal reference section because there's quite a few things I need to redo. Okay, so then I've got inspiration words, and this actually came from, I thought I had 2 sheets in here. Let's see, maybe not. This came from when I used to do art journaling. So I had a traveler's notebook, and I would pick one of these words, and then I would do a little bit of journaling, and I would do some art deco with stencils, with watercolor, and I love that. And I think I wouldn't mind getting back into that, but maybe using pictures instead. I'm going to actually show you guys. Okay, so this is something, guys, I haven't even taken this out for years. I started this like 4 years ago. This is my adorable, and I have lots of insert refills too. This is my adorable traveler's notebook, and this is something that I would love, like if I was to ever travel, I would love to have this on hand. You can take pictures and then use your sprocket to print stuff. So I have so many things in here. And I was all into traveler's notebooks at the time too. So this is like the original traveler's notebook. So like there's lots of planners and companies that have different sizes, and they have like the traveler's notebook style, which is basically like a folded notebook. Like for example, I don't even know if I have one in here. So this is like a notebook, and then you put it in a string and in the middle of it, and you just have it in there, right? And then it sits inside a book, and I have like 2 books in here with some other stuff. But that's the point of a traveler's notebook. So in here, I've got a pocket, and I've got holes for cards. And then this is my first, see, I started it in 2020. That was when my daughter was born May 1st. So I was pregnant when I started this. This is so funny. So this was literally 4 years ago. and I loved it. I had all of this ephemera that I got, and I still have all of these things, so I could reuse it. I used scrapbook paper. I don't know if I used pictures in here, but for example, this was my first one, and my word was joy. And I used, again, scrapbook paper, ephemera, and my gel pens, and I even used stencils here. Okay. So I talked about where I found joy. The next one, what's my word? I meant time. Time is fleeting. So this was January 28th. I used my stamps because I do have stamps. I've got all of these things. I just would love to get back into this, and I just haven't. So this was actually, I wanted to experiment with my wax stamp, my wax seals, and I have one that stands for S. So I put that in there, and then, you know, use my brush pens to add the color, and then I did a little bit of journaling. And looking back at this, I really miss this. Okay, this one was growth, and I used watercolor and some scrapbook paper and just all the things, some stickers, and then I journaled about growth. This one, right, so I do have some pictures. So I think what I would like to do is start this again. I think this is going to be one of my goals. I think this is so much fun. This one was all about my son. Okay, the next one was, if you can't control it, let it go. So these were things that I really loved. These were my first stress relievers. Okay. And the next one, this is one of my favorites. I actually used sparkly watercolor paint on this, and was Possibility. And this one was just something that I really liked, but I totally messed up on this picture. But I thought it was said to shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And it was for dreaming. That was my theme, the theme of the spread. So anyway, I've got all of these pages in here that I could complete, so I might go back and do that. I've got some card holders here for business cards. I've got a pocket, and then another brown pocket here, and then at the back, I had a spot for just journaling. So, yeah, like the one and only entry I have in here talks about why I'm not using this traveler's notebook. So it said, October 15th, 2021, I went to get my watercolor paints out of my drawer to begin my November plan with me in my bullet journal for 2021, and I found my traveler's notebook. I was thinking, number one, I should start using this as my journal instead, and number two, I should really be doing some artistic expression journaling again. The spreads I have in here are beautiful. So I think this is a good point to say that, like, you know, there's lots of different goals that you may have, and I find it's hard to focus on everything because you're going to spread yourself too thin. And but I mean, I would love to get back into that. Okay, so sorry, continuing, that was a little bit of a tangent. I've got some Sephora makeup that I was interested in looking at. Personal development. So these are podcasts and YouTube videos on cleaning and organizing. So I wrote that in here. And so this, I had a personal development tab, but I have a personal development notebook I'm using a Melody from Planners Anonymous for that. So I might just transfer this information in there. Okay, and then I have my reading tab. So I have this little picture. I actually printed this at Walmart, and then I cut it out, and I just love it. Like, it's one of my favorite little pictures. This was actually on my future board a couple years back. Okay, so my reading tab, and this consists of, these are all of the books I read per month. So I had a good start in January. March, I did not finish. I'm still in the Tower of Dawn. Okay, so if I don't finish it, I'll cross it off and then put it in for April. Then this is my reading log. So this one just shows which books I read in that month. And then this one shows, I guess, the same thing, but, you know, the list. And the reason why this list is because my goal was 100 books to read for the month. So I've got 1 to 30, 31 to 60, and then 61 to 100. And then these are new books to read here. Okay, wish list, I can do the same thing, like books to read. And then these are nonfiction books to check out. So similar to that, but these were new. These were what I got from a subscription box. So it's not like I went out and bought them separate. I'm like, well, I might as well use them. But I had written all these out by hand. So everything that I've crossed off, I've already read. It's funny because I did have Atomic Habits. I read it, I gave it away, and now we're doing it for book club for Jane's Agenda. So I purchased it again and I'm going to reread it. Okay. But I actually have read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I read The Sassy Way to Social Media Marketing. I haven't read that one yet. But these are all of my like self-help books. Not really self-help, but more like business related, like productivity related, I guess. And then these were all of my fiction books to check out. And I think I've read all of them. Except for, oh, there's still a few I haven't read. But I did read, I read all of those. I started on Priory of the Orange Tree, haven't finished it. I read that one. But there's a whole bunch more that I want to add. These are all of my witchcraft books I want to read. I'm still on Moon Magic. So I read Witchery, was one book, and I'm still on Moon Magic, but I'm almost done. And then, so instead of witchcraft books, I wouldn't mind putting like spiritual books. So I'm going to change that because it's kind of both. Okay. And then I have my reading list from Jane's Agenda. So self-improvement for 2024. So Atomic Habits is actually number 1 on here. And some of these books, I don't know if all of them are, but some of them are on her reading club list. Okay. And then I've got the winter reading list in here. And then I have a section for my Master Plan 365. So I can't take credit for this. I did see this on Jane's Agenda. Another person had made something like this. So I went into Canva and made my own. And this is like the title page, basically. Okay. So then I printed the email from Jane's Agenda, and it's got all of the monthly topics and all of the book list. And then on the website, if you go to janesagenda.com/masterplan, it has everything broken down per month. It's got the main book, and then it's also got the secondary book for extra credit type thing. But there's going to be a virtual study hall, a weekly live stream, homework assignments, and the planner inserts. Okay. And then I have the first homework, I guess, was to do a personal productivity audit. So I did that. I wrote out a whole bunch of notes for myself. Okay, so it was literally like 3 pages. Like I just went to town. Well, 2 pages. And then this was from orientation on Monday. Not much to take note of. And then these were the inserts for the first month. So I've got Master Plan 365, and it gives like a breakdown basically of the entire book for Atomic Habits. So I'm going to start reading the secondary book. I did get it from Amazon yesterday, so I'll be reading that. And that one's called Tiny Habits. And yeah, so I think it's going to be really exciting. Okay, and then I have some extra note paper in here. This is from Fancy Plants Co., and I'll use that in case I need to take extra notes. But I do notice how everybody is making a separate planner for this, and so I'm almost wondering if I should put mine in a separate book. I don't really want to, but I think by the end of this, I think it's going to be too big. So what my plan was to keep it in here, work on it for the month, and then when I'm done and I move on to month 2, I'll take this and put it in a different Franklin planner binder because I have punched it for Franklin, so I can't put it on discs, but I'll put it in a different binder, and then I can reference some material at that point in time. Okay, so then my very last tab here is projects and notes. So for example, I've got a long-term goal sheet from Jane's Agenda. This is my gardening. So I've got phase 1, planning and budget, phase 2, prep and buy, and then phase 3 is planting, continuing care. So I've already completed phase 1. I'm still working on budget, but phase 2 is going to be prep for April. So I'll be prepping the soil and, saving more money, buying the things I need. And then I made a map, a map of my garden this year. So I'm really want to do peonies. So I mapped out a perfect spot because I know they attract ants and I don't want those around my house. So I think I have a really good spot. Okay. And then I have notes. I had notes for my son's party, organizing and stuff and cleaning. Okay, the basement cleaning project, and then I just have a whole bunch of note paper at the back. And I love these, by the way. You can get some, they're like the quad sheets. You can get some from Jane's Agenda, but these are Fancy Plans Co. But they come in handy for a lot of stuff. And these are cloth and paper, the note paper. And I think I even had Jane's Agenda. These are projects inserts. I thought I had Jane's Agenda inserts in here as well, but I guess I took them out. But yeah, just some note paper, some stuff I printed myself. And then the very back page lifter, this protects your pages from getting all creased from the rings. I have a little pocket with Jane's Agenda Astronomy on here, and then my task cards that I purchased from the Honeybee shop, but I label myself with my label maker. And then the very back thing, this is actually a pocket. So it's just like this really pretty celestial pocket. And this is from HR Handmade, the same as all of the acetates. And then at the back, I've got cloth and paper, square transparent page flags. These are the PET type paper, and the shade is porcelain. And then I have the Fancy Plans transparent circle flags, and I don't know what color they're in, but they're purple, light purple shade. Okay, and that is it for my planner flip through. So I know that was a very long video. I apologize for how long it was. But again, I always leave chapters down below. So if you guys just want to see one section, you are completely free to do that. So if you want to just, don't want to watch the whole video, that is completely fine. I understand. So thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new or have not yet subscribed, I would love if you would do that. Share the video. Comments are wonderful. Comments and sharing the video, engaging, I think, is the most important thing when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, and that really helps boost my channel. So thank you guys in advance if you do any of those things. Click the bell button if you want to see more from me, and I will talk to you guys again when we do the weekly. Bye.